Unlike the lady on TikTok that says, "Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to my channel." And she's putting her chapstick on. Brr. Come up with your own lines, buddy. Okay. How's everybody today? I didn't have any cats, sadly, waking me up this morning. So I just had a little sleep in, stay in bed, scrolling. Actually, my phone was dead, so I wasn't even scrolling. I don't know what I was doing. Mostly sleeping, let's be real. Um, yeah, so here we are on day 4 of the Pocket Shawl Challenge. And today I'm going to attach this other pocket and line it up stitch by stitch. I'm going to do it the right way this time because I have stitch markers, and start my edge. Hi, Nyasha. Hi, Heather. We'll see how far I get today. How's everyone's pocket shawl coming? Hey, Lorraine. It's back to being so quiet in the house again. It's not even so much noise. It's just, hey, Linda, Linda, Linda. It's just having the energy of the animals in the house. And especially when when there's one, it's like, you know, you can feel them. But when there's 3 of them, there's always, one of them's always like in the room staring at you. There's always at least one in the room. And then at any given moment, um, you could just hear a sound somewhere in the house, or just see that out of the corner of your eyes, something walking in or walking by. And, you just come to expect it. And it's so weird when it's not there how I still expect it. It's like the absence of it um, is really felt. I'm not ready to get my own yet, but because I don't know how long I'm gonna stay here in this place, because I moved here because I had 2 grown kids living with me, and now I'm on my own. So I might look for a smaller place. And you know what it's like looking for a place to live when you have pets. It makes it so much harder. I mean, I had 3 dogs when I moved in here, and it was like, try to tell your new landlord you've got 3 dogs. And so they're just like, nope, 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 especially in New York. I have a wonderful landlord here, so I have a good place to stay. But once I figure it all out, once I figure out what I'm doing, I'm going to get a cat and a dog. I have decided. Never thought of myself as a cat person, but I have been converted. I mean, not converted. I guess I was a dog person, and now I'm a dog and cat person. It was fun cat sitting, and it was fun watching the kittens for the local rescue group. We'll see if they have any more they want me to take care of for a little while. Socialize those little buggers. Get them to stop hissing and everything. I had some hissy ones. Oh my goodness. Hey Amy, how's it going? Okay, what am I doing here? I am lining up my pocket. Oh, I should just switch my camera. I'm lining up my pocket stitch by stitch, and I'm just attaching it with stitch markers. I did one the other day, but I didn't have any stitch markers, so I thought I would just come back and do it on camera. And this is the part of the pocket that if you, if you, I mean, I guess you could make a pocket, a 2 point wide pocket, and just sew it on if you wanted to. But the design is to attach this as you're starting the edge. Uh, and so there's no sewing because Betty McKnit is lazy. And I mean, it's not just lazy, but it's also, I like things to be kind of neat and tidy. And, um, like like my hat pattern, I make it so that all the ends end up at the top. And if you don't want to, you don't have to weave them in. You can just use them to attach the pom pom. Like that's my jam. That's how I do it. All right, I guess I have to open the pocket shawl again because I don't see it here. I just want to make sure I'm doing what the pattern says to do because I believe it or not, I don't have it memorized. I know that's hard to believe, right? Okay, here we go. What am I doing? Square it off, square it off. Pockets make two. We did all that. Pocket border, did that. Shawl border. Okay, so this is let's see, work a row of single crochet beginning at the top left corner of the pocket, work a row of single crochet down the side of the pocket using da da da. We did all that. Pocket border. Repeat for second pocket, work shawl border, work a row of single crochet around the entire piece. We did that. Attach each pocket to the ends of the scarf with stitch markers, paper clips, or pieces of scrap yarn, or chewed up bubble gum, whatever you can find. Attach the pockets by working the shawl edge row 2 through both layers of the pocket and the shawl border. Okay, here we go. Well, this says to start with double crochet, and I did single crochet. So I guess I'm just going to finish this single crochet round. Didn't follow my own pattern. That's okay. Oh my goodness. More mistakes on camera. Yay! Well, the pattern is based on the 6-day kid blanket rows. So it's single crochet, double crochet, another double crochet, single crochet. And then we do 2 granny rows. 3 double crochet in 1 stitch, skip 2 around. We do that twice. This is the row pattern sequence that people always say, could you make it into could you do it in the square? Could you do a granny square? Could you do it all these different ways? And yes, you can. But in my mind, it's not it doesn't have the characteristic of the 6 Day Kid blanket that I think, makes it more interesting is the chevron. But it does look great as a border edge. I just personally don't think that using these 6 rows as a standalone, pattern sequence, it doesn't interest me as much as having the rows with the chevron in it. Just makes it more special. Okay. Yep. I had a feeling. I should have looked at this when I was doing this the other day, but it's okay. I have an extra round of single crochet. I don't hear any sirens. I don't think the crochet police are coming. Do we think pocket shells are going to be a thing again this year? Such a hot trend last year, right? There's a knot. Okay, I'll show you what I do when I have a knot. I treat it like a new join, and I leave a couple inches on each side of it and pull through on the other side of it as if I'm joining a new piece of yarn. I take those 2 tails, flip them up over the working yarn like that, and I keep going. Oh man, I keep pulling up extra threads. What does it say to do on my corners? I think it says 3 double crochet in each or 3 single crochet in the corner. Yep. Got an extra piece of something here stuck in the way. Oh, that's my end. I'm gonna flip that around one time because it's just like dangling there. Looks like I'm like 1 stitch off. No one has to know. Let's see. Oh, Amy says she bought supplies today for the knitting class. So thank you for bringing that up so I could mention it. I am going to try, and this is an experiment, and I hope it works out okay. I have one of my ideas. Look out. Uh, I know that crocheters, I've heard you all say hundreds of times, I've heard crocheters say, I tried to knit and I just couldn't get it. And I think I have an idea why it's hard for crocheters to learn to knit. And I have some ideas about making that easier for you and more fun. And hopefully, it'll get you started on knitting. But it's a 4 week class, it's totally free. It's free because it's an experiment and I don't know what I'm doing. Um, and it's on Zoom, and there's actually quite a few people registered for it now. So if I only have the Zoom account that holds 100 people. So if you want in, you should register. I just sent it out on my mailing list this morning too. So if you want in, you should register, follow the link in my newsletter or on my page through the event on my page and register. And then what I'll do is I'm going to record everything. Um, I can record everything and then I'll make sure that you get the recordings after the fact. You just won't be able to ask me any questions if you're not there. I won't be able to look at what you're doing and help you if I'm not, if you're not there in class. But since you all already know how to crochet, it's not going to be like you're clueless. I don't think I'm going to have to like take anybody, how when you're teaching a brand new person, sometimes you have to actually manipulate the yarn for them. I don't think I'm going to have to do that for anybody in this class because you bought hooks and yarn today. Well, I hope you bought a needle. Hope you bought needles. We're going to make a hat, so let's see. I don't know who you are. It just says Facebook user on my screen, but I mean, hey, if you have questions, you can always email me or catch me online, DM me online or something. But you all already know how to crochet, so you're going to be fine. You're going to figure it out. And I'm going to, I hope, present it to you in a way that makes sense to you as a crocheter. I hope. We'll see how I do. You all can let me know what you think about it. But I did buy some new yarn and needles, even though, I mean, I don't need that. I probably have the needle. I didn't even check to see if I had the needles that I needed. I just went and bought them. I have to check for double points though, because those suckers are like stitch markers. They get lost or you leave them in a project and they're never heard from again. Well, Amy, you jumped over to a different platform, looks like, because I had your name here. Let's see who's on YouTube. I just have this weird feeling that I didn't make it over to YouTube today. Because Restream did something weird, and it's like it's been upgraded. So see what's going on here. Yeah, I should be live over here, and I am. Okay, all right, Restream. I'm sorry. I owe you an apology. Hey, Louise, how you doing? Oh, there's all kinds of comments over here. Quiet. Let's see. Linda is saying she's not doing so good. She can't seem to conquer the startup rows. Uh-oh. Uh, okay. And Casey's over there on YouTube too. Yeah, your names come up when you comment from YouTube, but it doesn't. Oh, yeah, now it is telling me. All right. You know what? I'm just not paying attention. Hey, Linda, did you happen to see yesterday when I did not the day before, but yesterday when I did the straight start where you count 15, 13, 13, 13, 13, and then 15, and you put stitch markers in. And then it helps you to keep your counts straight, makes it easier to count that long startup row and keep you on track. I hope you get to crochet today too, Dee. Yep, Amy, that's weird. I can see you in Betty's Besties, but I can't see you in the other, wherever it was you were commenting. I think there's a way that you can go to Restream. You have to tell Restream that it's okay to post your name, but I couldn't, I used to post the link so that people could do it, but it was just too much trouble and it didn't seem to really be working properly. So this is good enough. All my Aussies are probably sleeping today because I waited so long to come on. Oh, yeah, you're on the page. Yeah. It's inside the groups. It'll say Facebook user. Okay. Now we're going to double crochet. So chain 3, double crochet all around. Now my pockets are on. Let me just take a break and show my pockets. And yes, it does gather in there, and that's just so your phone doesn't fall out. Remember, anything you knit or crochet is going to stretch. So that just gives the pocket um, a little, what am I trying to say? It gathers it in a little bit on the top. I'm still drinking coffee this morning. Oh, it's nice out today. I was going to go get my nails done after this call. I put it off all week. I was supposed to go on Monday. I don't like going towards the end of the week because they get busy. You know how that is. And I kept putting it off, putting it off, putting it off. I was going to help my friend paint yesterday, went to her house and dropped off the cats, and we were both so exhausted. She still had her contractor there at her house, and I was just like, I can't, I'm too tired. And so I didn't go, but I put off getting my nails done because I thought they were going to get all messed up when I was painting. And then I didn't paint. So I was going to go today, and I called to let them know I was coming, and they said, we can only do your pedicure, we can't do your fill. So I have to keep going one more day with these nails, and they're so long. They're so long. School supplies. Oh, it's tax-free holiday and it'll be crazy. Oh gosh. Oh, right, that's right. You were saying on the Zoom call that you were going to see Garth Brooks. And I thought you said something else that was really funny, but now I don't remember what that was. Um, yeah, that's so exciting. Whenever I listen to country music, it makes me want a boyfriend. They're always talking about how much they love their girlfriends and their trucks, and they just sound like such manly men. Like they would make such good boyfriends. Okay, what does my pattern say to do on the corner for the double crochet row? Five double crochet in corner stitches. All right. Why didn't I do like two double crochet, chain two, two double crochet? I guess I'll just do whatever it is I wrote. Garth Brooks is the best concert ever, huh? Wow. Amy, it does really sound like you have a lot on your plate and you deserve that concert, and I hope you have a really wonderful time. Amy, I loved it when you said in the it says cowboys and construction workers make the best boyfriends. I've never dated either. I dated a Navy pilot and married him. You all know what pilots are like. Attention, everybody. My yarn is changing colors. I'm finally getting some green in here. Bon Jovi. Oh my goodness. I started listening to country music a couple of years ago. It's like feel good music. It's happy, feel good music. I'm gonna put some on later today when I'm cleaning my house. Since I can't go get my nails done and I won't want to clean the house after they're done because I won't want them to get trashed, I decided I'm gonna clean today and I'm gonna find some, take some stuff out to storage or downsize something, take some stuff to Goodwill, start lightening my load a little bit so I can maybe in the near future move into a smaller place. Let's see. Third row center for Charlie Daniels. Oh my gosh. See you later, D. Good luck with that garage door. Trying to go a little bit faster, even though I made this little. Oh, I'm almost halfway around. Now that the pockets are on, like now this pocket shawl it's starting to feel like substantial. And I can understand why someone would be like, oh, this is just a swatch scarf, like this isn't whatever. It's not wide enough, right? It's not wide enough because it doesn't really feel substantial. But then when you start putting the pockets on, it really does start to feel like it feels meaty. The best is when your construction worker is also a cowboy. A decent guy that's nice to me. That's all I need right now. Somebody decent and kind. And because I'm sensitive, you all know that. Not that I'm looking. very happy being unattached at the moment and able to do whatever I want, whenever I want, with whoever I want. Sometimes I stay up till um, till 3 a.m. crocheting. Linda says, then date a cowboy. If you know any nice cowboys, Linda, you can just tell them to call me. Any nice single cowboys. You know what? My friend Kista got me into that show Heartland, and oh my goodness, the lifestyle with the horses and living out on that ranch. And yeah, I was just like, I just got so into that show. And I was just like, I want to live on a ranch and be a horse whisperer and like go on horse rides every day and be around horses and outside. And I think I was like a prairie girl in a past life. I'm loving the green on this. Linda says her daddy was a horse whisperer. Oh my goodness. Linda, you've watched that show, Horse. Horse, what am I saying? Oh my gosh. I need coffee. Heartland. Have you seen that show, Heartland? And it has like, I don't know, I'm gonna turn it back on. It has a million seasons. And so I watched them all. It was like that's how I started off my summer. And Kista came in like June at the beginning of May, and I was watching it, and it took me like a month to get through it all. And I loved so wholesome, and I just loved it. And then it was over, and I was like, well, now what am I gonna do? So I wanted to start something that had like longevity and a lot of seasons and a lot of stuff. So I started watching Star Trek. Well, that Star Trek Discovery, like the new show that came on, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm a little lost. Like, when, what is the timeline for this show? And then I got online, like, what is the timeline for Star Trek? And then it said, if you want to watch the whole thing chronologically, here's how you do it. You start with this, because there's been all these spin-offs. You start with Star Trek Enterprise, so I went back and watched that, and then you watch The Next Generation, and then you watch some of the movies, and then you watch the original, or whatever. It laid them all out. So I have watched several series of Star Trek this summer, and it's been awesome. It's been the summer of Star Trek. I even forgot watching Heartland and Star Trek. I even forgot that The Handmaid's Tale was on. I forgot to watch a couple of those. Linda, if your daddy was a horse whisperer, I think you would really love that show. And it's very wholesome, it's very sweet. Handmaid's Tale was very good. I remember that the original movie when it first came out back in the 80s, but they did a really good job with it. I don't know how much further, how many more seasons, or how much further it's going to go, but it's very disturbing. If you like to be disturbed, if you like to be disturbed, watch The Handmaid's Tale. If you want wholesome sweetness, long, long, long storylines, then watch Heartland. It's such a sweet show. I haven't been to a movie in the movie theater. Can we do that? Are movie theaters open? Did movie theaters open? Did they open and close back up? I don't know. I haven't been to like a movie theater movie in the last movie theater movie I saw was this movie called Room, and my daughter had bought me the book, and I thought the book was so good. And so when the movie came out, I couldn't wait to see it, and I didn't really think the movie was that good. George Strait is one of the greatest country artists ever. Yeah, I totally forgot about the Olympics. I don't usually watch it, to be honest. The only sport I really that really interests me is gymnastics. So I followed a little bit about what was going on with Simone Biles this year, but other than that, I don't normally enjoy watching the Olympics too much. Oh yeah, my friends were over here and they were watching. We started watching Hotel Transylvania, which looked really cute. I should start watching more kids movies so that I can talk about them with them because they were quoting this movie Boss Baby, and they were and I didn't know what they were talking about, and so I had to go back and like look that up. Amy says, yeah, she can't believe how badly she's been treated. I agree with you, but I don't want to get too controversial. I want my video to stay monetized. Frozen and Frozen 2. Okay, I have never seen either of those movies, and I hear people talk about them or bring them up all the time, so I should probably watch them. One day I sat down and watched Moana. Moana, yeah. So I lived in Hawaii for 3 years, and I love Hawaii. So even though I made this teeny tiny little pocket shawl sample thingy to work on the lives, it's still taking me forever to get around the edge. This looks crooked. I should have laid that down. Oh no, I'm just seeing the angle of the chevron. All right, it's straight. It's straight. It's all good. You could use your mini shawl from the lives as a couch armor. I don't know what I'm going to use this thing for. Um, I don't know. Maybe in the car. Maybe, yeah, I guess it could go over the back of a chair or the couch arm. Yeah, sure. Mm. I kind of wish it was just regular size because I would like to wear it. So I don't know. Maybe I'll, frog it all after this is over. And yeah, right. We, we know I won't. We know it's going to land in the bucket until the next pocket shawl challenge when I pull it out and go like, "Oh, what was this I was working on?" Let's see how fast I can get around here. I don't want to skip any rows because I really want people to see, I really want to show how much wider it gets with the border because I know so many people started and they go, "It's not wide enough. I want to make it wider." You don't have to make it wide. Don't make it 3 points. And then you won't get to take advantage of putting the pocket on without sewing it. And yeah, just add additional rounds. Like you could start, if you wanted it to be wider, instead of starting with the double crochet rows going around your border, okay, start with the granny rows and go granny, double crochet, same, you know, start with that and then, finish with row four like you're supposed to. Two, three, four, five. But it's how many rows do we put on? It's like 8 rows eight rounds around the edge. So it's it it's like, you know, half of your pocket shawl is edge, basically, border rather. Oh, you've been showing your daughter the older Disney movies, Dick Van Dyke and Mary Poppins. I have, I don't, I didn't watch a lot of Disney movies with my children when they were younger, and I don't watch a lot of them now. But when I have kind of tuned in, like when the kids were watching Hotel Transylvania the other night, which I don't even know if it's a Disney movie or not, but children's movies in general, they're just like, it's like so much more fast paced, right? Things like zapping. in and out of the screen and moving so quickly. And it's just amazing their little brains get that. And then back in the day, I just feel like the pace of movies in general was much slower and, you know, just different, so different. But those classics can't be beat, they cannot be replaced for sure. My favorite movie growing up was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Gene Wilder. Oh my goodness. Hey Dee, sat in a folding chair and the garage door was very repair guy was very interested in what you were making. Did he ask you to make him a pocket shawl so he could hold his tools? Well, I have to say, regarding Johnny Depp's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, or Willy Wonka and the Chocolate. The name of the book was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and the movie was Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, right? I believe. Um, I read that book, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator. I don't know, maybe 100 times when I was growing up. I loved those books, and my favorite books. And so that and Little House on the Prairie, I loved those books too. And so when Tim Burton and Johnny Depp did, you know, the Willy Wonka movie, I was kind of mad. I was like, no way, not going. And then we went to the movies to see something else, and it was sold out. And so we said, let's go see, Willy Wonka. So I ended up seeing it against my better judgment. And I have to say, I loved it because I recognized the songs in the movie were based off of the songs in the books. And and I recognized that right away. I was like, hey, this sounds familiar. I kind of remember this from the book. So, yeah, that was, plus they were also like cool and different, and they had the Oompa Loompa guy, the same actor, dancing all the different parts, which I thought was really cool. As a choreographer, that he had to learn all those different parts, and then and go perform them, and so he had to learn all the different counts for like the cannons and things, and I don't think the guy's a dancer in real life, and so he had to learn all that choreography and all the different parts, which I thought was um, just so cool. And his name is the actor's name that played the Oompa Loompa. His name is Deep Roy. Deep Roy. And I'm friends with him on Facebook. I friended him on Facebook, and I don't know why. A couple of years ago, you know how you can poke people on Facebook? That was like the thing to do when Facebook first came out. You could poke people, and nobody does it anymore. But Deep Roy poked me. Like, he kept poking me like 20 times. And and so I messaged him and I was like, "Hey, you keep poking me. What's up?" And he didn't respond. But I was like, "Man, the Oompa Loompa dude is poking me. I mean, how cool is that?" I think he's so cool. And I loved the songs and the music. So, yeah, very different story. Once again, the older version feels more wholesome and sweet and pure, and the newer version is more like, of course, it has that grotesque factor. It's Tim Burton, and a little more creepy edge to it, and like weird humor. But it actually felt truer to the book than the original movie did. There's my boyfriend, Deep Roy. Oh, you met one of the Munchkins? Oh my gosh. Those movies used to come on, The Wizard of Oz and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I remember it used to come on um, Thanksgiving night or Christmas night. Somebody's asking, which border am I doing? I'm doing the border from the pocket shawl, which is basically the 6 rows of the 6-day kid blanket without the chevroning. So I started with a single crochet row. It was actually supposed to start with a double crochet row. But I started with single crochet accidentally. So it goes single crochet, double, double, single, and then 2 rows of granny clusters, 3 double crochet in 1 stitch, skip 2 all the way around with a 333 in the corner 2 times, and then another single crochet row, and then we'll do 2 more double crochet rows and a single crochet row. So it's let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows of border. D, I can see your name. If you're on the Facebook page, I can see your name. If you're commenting in one of the groups, I can't see your name. And if you're on YouTube, I can see your name. Oh my gosh, Amy, that just takes me right back. So I I was so young when those they started playing those movies. I must be older than you because we we just did not have a VCR. Um, but there was no VCR. And if you wanted to see the movie, you had to wait until Thanksgiving night and be ready at 7 o'clock and turn it on. And whatever you missed, what you missed, Heather. She says when they were at Disneyland, the character of actor of Jack Sparrow walked up to her and said, "Run away with me, love." Oh my goodness, that is so funny. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't have thought twice. Oh my goodness. Mm. Yeah, but back in the day, there was no VCR, so you just had to watch the movie. You had to sit there and watch the movie. And let me tell you, I had that entire movie memorized. And the next day, I must have dreamt about it all night. The next morning, I would wake, and I did this every year, every year. The next morning, I would wake up and I would lie in my bed and I would replay the movie in my mind like at least once, the entire movie. Oh my gosh. Y'all can see what a crazy kid I was, right? I would sing all the songs, and then I would go to school and I would act it out with my friends. Feel like maybe I should have made an even smaller sample for y'all to do this, but it's going to take longer than 6 days of lives. It's only an hour a day to show you everything. I did 5 double crochet in the border. So, I mean, I guess it does look nice. It does make like a really nice solid corner there with no holes. And that's looking pretty sweet, actually. Looks pretty sweet. Look what I did. Lay it down and admire it. Oh, let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna finish this row and then I'm gonna pop off. Nothing like screaming across the house. It's back. Hurry up. I mean, I loved that movie so much. Probably nobody would ever like get in my way if I had to get up and go to the bathroom during the movie. Like I was one of those crazy, like obsessed kids. Remember how they used to play the commercials? They probably still do this. The commercials are like twice as loud as the the movie, so you can hear the advertisement when you're in the bathroom or when you're in the kitchen getting your snack. Wow. Red Heart favorite stripe. If you remember where you saw that, have them come over. Um, if that wasn't in the 6 day group, have them come over and post it in the group so people can see that. What a great deal. All right. I am at the end of round 2 of the border. This is taking way longer than I thought. So maybe tomorrow when I come on, I'll just pretend I'm working all the way around and just work a little piece of the corner to show the rest of the rows because this isn't going to be doable all at, to do the whole thing on a live. I should have made it smaller. Maybe I'll take one of these pockets. I have a pocket here. Maybe I'll take this and work it up to that same spot. And that way I can show the whole border how it works, but I'll figure it out. Let's see, it's in the group. Okay. Yeah, and I hope people will start to post more in the finished projects albums. I mean, it's nicer, but even when we did have that, we used to have one big finished projects album for everything, and it was nice, but it was also things were really hard to find. It wasn't organized at all, and it was things were still really hard to find. But still, what's nice about it is we can have you include all your details about what yarn you used and the yardage and all those questions that people ask when you post a nice blanket and they're like, I want to make one just like that. What yarn did you use? How many chains did you start with? How big is it? Um, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's not the border, that's with my pocket shawl pattern. Well, are you doing the sideways pocket shawl? Because the sideways pocket shawl does have a different border, and I will show that one too. In fact, I'll skip this tomorrow and I'll show that border tomorrow for the sideways one. I'm sorry, I can't see your name. You must be in one of the groups. Person that just asked about the border. The sideways pocket shawl has a different border. It doesn't go all the way around. It has side edges. So you fold up the bottoms of the pocket section. No, I did the vertical. I'm sorry. I'm not sure what you're trying to verticals. Oh, you're in car moving. It's not what's on your chain 3 DC in each stitch around 5 DC. Oh, you're right. It only has one. Hang on. No, no, no. No. Shawl border round 1. Work any stitch along the side of the work. Single crochet. Okay, I did that. And then shawl border round 2. Chain 3, double crochet in each stitch around. 5 double. Oh, you're right. I only did one. Oh my gosh. Only did one round of double crochet, and then I did 2 rounds of um that's not right. I did 2 rounds of um 3 double crochet in the same. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to take this down and do it again. Yes, I see what you're saying. It's 1 round of double crochet, 2 round of granny. You're right, it's different. And then a single crochet, rows 6 and 7, double crochet in each stitch around. Yep, and then 2. I feel like I skipped around actually in the pattern because let me look at the picture of it. Yeah, because in the picture I have yeah, it's the pattern that's wrong, actually. Oh, let me fix that for you all. It should have another round. Shawl border row 3 should be the same as shawl border row 2. And then row 4 and 5 should be the double crochet groups. And thank you for pointing that out. It's the pattern that's incorrect, so I'll go fix that. I will put that on my list of things to do today. Thank you, Facebook user. I'll find out who you are later when you're not driving and when I'm not on a live with a rig on my face, like always. All right, friends, I'm going to take off here, and thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it every time. It's just wonderful to hang out and crochet with you, and I hope to see you all again tomorrow. And in the groups, keep posting your progress photos in the comments, and have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. Mwah.
McKnit.